Hello everyone, this is Lord Rimuru. I am here to bring you guys fanfiction that you will surely enjoy. But before we get on to the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more amazing content. Prologue. Love is stronger than death, even though it can't stop death from happening. But no matter how hard death tries, it can't separate people from love. It can't take away our memories either. In the end, life is stronger than death. Unknown. Satoru POV. I used to believe that when the time comes your destined one will arrive in front of you. I used to look for my soulmate all around the place, but I didn't notice that she was already right beside me. Hi. My name is Mikami Satoru. I'm a normal 16 years old high school student. Some people also called me a genius, some even called me a prodigy. I have grown up having great and supportive parents. My family was not that wealthy and not poor either. We can also be considered as a chaotic type family, not in a bad way though. Still, we are a happy family and we always support each other back. Today was Friday and I was now heading to school. On my way, someone slapped me in the back. Good morning, Satoru-kun. The slap came from a girl with short black hair, black eyes, and have an energetic attitude. Her name was Yuki Konno. She was my best friend ever since we were 5 years old. Good morning, Yuki, I said as I turned to look at her. She might be my best friend, but I also have a secret feeling for her. Well, who wouldn't? She have an easygoing attitude, kind, caring. She was also a genius like myself, and to top it all off, she was beautiful. She was also called a goddess in our school. Even I sometimes was getting hateful glares just because I was close to her. The two of us continued to walk together toward our school while talking to each other, and when we arrived I was immediately greeted by hateful looks from the boys. Even so, I'm kinda used to it and I just ignore them since this day and the day after were going to be a special days for me. You may ask why. Well, it's because I'm going to confess my feelings to the girl that I loved. I know that what I'm going to do can damage our relationship forever, but I still would take the risk. I gather up all my courage to speak to her. Yuki, are you free tomorrow? I ask her. Yes, why? Yuki replied. Can I ask you if you want to hang out together tomorrow? I ask. What a coincidence, I was also going to ask you the same thing, Yuki replied. Then I'll pick you up at your house tomorrow. Okay, I'll be waiting, she said with a cheerful smile. Then the two of us went to our class and for sure I'm going to tell her my feelings. Yuki's POV. My best friend asked me to hang out tomorrow and I was happy since I can finally have alone time with him. I was planning to invite him myself, but he was the one to ask me to hang out first. We've been friends since childhood and every time I was with him I feel my heart beating faster, and when I saw another girl talking to him I felt like my chest was being squeezed. At that time I realized that I have feelings for my best friend. I wanted to tell him how I felt, so I wanted to invite him to hang out this weekend, but I guess I don't need to since he invited me first. Third POV. Saturday had arrived and Satoru was waiting in front of Yuki's house waiting for Yuki to come out. He was wearing a black sweater, black pants and rubber shoes. He waited for a few minutes and the gate of Yuki's house opened and Yuki came out. Sorry to keep you waiting, Yuki with a bright smile. She was wearing a pink undershirt, black hoodie and a purple miniskirt. She was also wearing high socks. Did I keep you waiting? Yuki asked Satoru, who was still mesmerized by her beauty. No, not at all. Let's go. Satoru said. The two went their way and goes to enjoy their time. They eat together and laughed together. The two were now heading towards a mall when suddenly Yuki holds Satoru's hands. Satoru was surprised by this, but seeing that Yuki was holding his hand tightly didn't have a choice but to also hold her hands. Listen, Satoru, there's something I want to tell you, Yuki said while her face was slowly getting redder. I also have something I want to tell you, Satoru said. Is this a coincidence that we both have something to tell to each other? Yuki jokes around. Ha ha ha, I guess, Yuki, Satoru said as he looked straight into Yuki's eyes. Yes. Listen, ever since I met you my life has changed. Every time that I was beside you I feel comfortable. You're a bit annoying sometimes, but I also like that side of yours, Yuki. I lo. Satoru didn't get to finish his sentence because he got interrupted by a scream. Watch out, a random passerby screamed. When Satoru turns to see why the passerby screamed, he saw a man holding a knife was running towards them and was aiming his knife at Yuki. Yuki didn't have enough time to reach since she was surprised. Yuki, Satoru said as he used his body to protect Yuki from the man. ACKK, Satoru screamed in pain. He was stabbed in the stomach and was bleeding badly. Yuki, who saw Satoru got stabbed immediately, she went to help him, but the wound won't stop the bleeding. Satoru's vision was slowly getting darker. He knows that he won't be able to make it, but he at least wanted to let the girl that he loved know his feelings, so even if it was hard, even if his wounds hurts, he used his remaining strength and energy to speak. Yuki. I wanted to tell you that, sheesh, don't speak, you're going to be fine, alright. Somebody called an ambulance. Yuki screamed, asking for help. Yuki, listen to me. I wanted to tell you that I love you, Satoru said while he was having a hard time breathing. Satoru, I loved you too, so please stay strong. Don't leave me, Yuki said while tears flows down her eyes. I'm sorry. I couldn't tell you about it sooner, Satoru said. His voice was slowly becoming weaker and weaker. It okay. Just stay strong, alright, you're going to be fine, and we will become lovers and we will get married once we graduate, just please. Yuki, are you still there? Why is it so dark? I am here, Yuki replied while holding Satoru's hands. Satoru? Satoru? Satoru didn't answer. His eyes were now shot close to his body. No. No. No, please wake up, don't leave me please, the girl only cried while hugging the lifeless body of the man that she loved. Meanwhile, Satoru, who was supposed to be dead, was thrown into the cycle of reincarnation. And got reincarnated as a slime in a world where the rule was survival of the fittest. Hello, new story. I was trying to try other writing styles, so if there's a bit of confusion, please bear with it. Chapter 1. Back to Earth. Satoru, the boy that died saving the girl that he loved, got reincarnated as a slime in another world. There he meets interesting people. There he meets and befriended a legendary dragon that gives him the name Rimuru, and in exchange, he gives him the surname Tempest, which the two share, indicating their bonds to each other. He also meets the goblins and builds his own town that later on will become a nation. He meets a girl named Shizu Izawa who became Rimuru's second love, but she was also taken away from him by death. When Shizu died, he promised to himself to become strong for his people. He became a demon lord, and he fights off kingdom and empire. He even fought the heaven army that threatened his people and his nation. He fought against a dragon that can destroy a universe with its mere presence. In every battle that he faces, he always finds a way to win. Even when all hope seems lost, he always finds a way. He created a peaceful world where everyone can live in peace and harmony, with no discrimination or persecution. But after all of his accomplishments, there was still sadness and regret in his heart. He was sad because he didn't manage to save Shizu. He wanted to revive her, but he knows that Shizu is already happy in the afterlife. He also thought about the first girl that he loved. Currently, we see Rimuru in his office reminiscing about his past. Then suddenly he had an idea. Hey, Seal, can I travel between worlds? Rimuru asked, even though no one was in his office, but a voice answered his question. Yes, master. The voice can only be heard only by Rimuru himself, because there is another consciousness inside him, and her name is Seal. She had been with Rimuru ever since he reincarnated in this world. Then can I return to my previous world? Rimuru asked. Yes, Seal replied. Hearing Ciel's response, Rimuru's mood lightens up and he immediately asks Ciel to create a parallel existence that will manage Tempest. He also informs his two subordinate, namely Diablo his butler and Benimaru his military general, that he will leave for a while because of personal matters. Diablo offered to come with Rimuru, but he rejected him blandly. After that, he asks Ciel to bring him back to Earth, his birth world, where he died while being held in the arms of the girl that he loved. When he arrived, he got surprised. Wait, Ciel, are you sure this is Earth? I don't remember Earth having magical energy, Rimuru asks. This is indeed the Earth from your memory, master, Ciel replied. How did Earth have magical energy, you may ask? Well then, let's go back to after Satoru died, or now known as Rimuru. 1 year after his death, a death game incident happened where more than 1 million people got trapped inside a game world where it took the lives of over 300,000 people. Then the game was cleared by a person named Kazuto Kirigaya, or also known by the name Kirito. He defeated the last boss, namely Akihiko Kayaba, the creator of the game, as well as the last boss. 2 years after the incident, a portal appeared out of nowhere, and from it, monsters came out. The military tried to stop these monsters, but modern weapons are not effective against the monsters. When all hope for humanity was lost, people one by one started to awaken. People that awaken will go to change, their physical bodies will become different, and after they awaken they will have powers beyond a normal human. Those who awaken fight of monsters using their power. The reward that they get when they fought off the monsters was a crystal that can be used as a clean source of energy. It can also be used to create jewelry and many other products. Because of that, it instantly became an item that can be sold for a high price. People who awakened became famous and dungeon clearing became a normal norm for the people of Earth. Strong individual formed guild just like in the game to make clearing a dungeon easy. Amongst those guilds one stands out, at least they are known both in Japan and around the world. Their name was Knights of the Blood Oath, and their leader was a person named Sugo Nobuyuki. He's an elegant man, but it's only on the surface. Sugo was a man of greed, a power-hungry individual. He also always seeks pleasure from attractive women. He either seduces them with beautiful words or forces them with treats, and after the woman agrees he will rape the girl or woman. Even his guild members were tied by their contract to the guild. Many people tried to take the guy down, but they just can find evidence to back up their claim, since the victim themselves doesn't want to speak, because if they do they know that they will die. To add up, Sugo was a top-rank awakener, so even the government is having trouble with the guy. Sugo was in his office looking at one of the pictures that were on his computer. The picture was a girl with long purple hair and pointy ears with purple eyes. The girl was the leader of the Sleeping Knights Guild. He wanted to take the girl for himself since he failed to take a girl named Asuna because of a certain sum. To put pressure on the purple-haired girl, he uses his connection to make the girl suffer. The girl's guild was in debt to his guild, and he continued his harassment until the girl submit, but the girl was persistent and always rejected his offers. Instead of giving up, he was even more motivated to take the girl for his own good. In the office of the Sleeping Knights, a girl with purple hair was sleeping on her table. The girl slowly woke up, revealing her purple eyes. Her name was Yuki, the leader of the Sleeping Knights. After the girl woke up, she went to a cemetery. For 3 years the girl always visit the same place where her beloved was buried. She didn't forget about the boy that she loved with all her heart, the boy that sacrificed his life just for her survival. I really miss you, Satoru, you're always unfair. Why do you have to leave me? The girl said with tears in her eyes. Ever since Satoru's death, she didn't accept any man into her life and only keep her heart locked. You're here again, Yuki, a girl's voice asks her. You really still love him, huh? A manly voice followed. I am. I still love him even though he is not here anymore, she said as she turns around, and there she saw 2 of her guildmates and friends standing there. Their name was Asuna Yuki, and she was also known as the Lighting Flash. The boy's name was Kazuto Kirigaya, but people called him Kirito. He was known by the nickname Hero and Black Swordsman. What are you 2 doing here? Yuki asks the 2. We came here to get you since today we will have a party, remember? The other members were already at the restaurant, Kirito said. Alright, let's go, Yuki said as she take another look at the gravestone, and then she left with the 2. When they are heading towards where the restaurant was located, a portal appeared in the middle of the road and monsters came out of it. A dungeon outbreak, seriously, Asuna said with surprises. We need to help the civilians, Yuki said. I'll kill as many as I can, you 2 save those people, Kirito said as he equipped his armor that was stored in his storage box. Yuki and Asuna also did the same. Their armor and weapons were stored in their own storage. It was a rare skill that only a few people possess. The 3 then go around and kill monsters while saving the civilians. Everything was going smoothly until a huge monster appeared. It was a giant that is taller than a 30-story building. Kirito tried to attack it but failed to inflict any fatal damage. The giant just ignores Kirito and continues to destroy the surrounding. Yuwa, a young girl's cry was heard by the 3. They saw the girl was about to get stomped by the giant's feet, but Yuki rushed over to save the girl. No, Yuki, you won't make it, Asuna screamed. Kirito also tried to stop Yuki, but she was too far away from him. Yuki grabs the little girl and tried to run away, but she was unable to escape the giant's reach. I wish I could see you in the afterlife, Satoru, she said as she just closed her eyes and was ready to accept her death, but you know I came back here just for you and I won't let you die, a voice said. When she opened her eyes, she saw a person with silver blue hair wearing a blue coat with golden trims, and the person was stopping the giant's foot. The man then pushes the giant's foot and the giant falls down, unable to balance itself. Let me handle this monster, the boy said. Yuki was just speechless and had tears in her eyes because she knew that even if his appearance changed, she still knows who the person that was in front of her was.